Good morning. This is Samantha Houghton, and welcome to today's special broadcast. We'll be talking about one of the biggest controversies that many parents have had to go through while disciplining their child, and that is corporal punishment. Now, recent statistics and studies have shown that the use of corporal punishment can actually cause many negative outcomes on their child while they develop throughout their life. For those of you who don't know what corporal punishment is, here's a clip. Go ahead and take a look.
Hello. Hi, kids.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Oh, what a pretty picture. Did you paint that?
Mm-hmm.
Who is that?
That's you, that's Craig, that's Shane, and that's me, and that's Marie.
Oh. Hey. What is this?
What the hell are you doing, you little snot, huh?
Shane, watch it.
This is my history book. Look at what you've done. You've ruined my book.
Who cares? It's pretty. You draw it every day. Yeah, naked women.
Shut up! I'm gonna smack you both.
Shane Patrick, watch your mouth.
Wait a minute. Where's my homework? Huh? Where is it? Huh?
Shane, I'm warning you.
You know.
I don't know. I don't
Tell
know.
me.
I don't
Tell
know.
me.
Get your father's belt.
Get it yourself.
Listen to me. When are you gonna listen?
Stop it. Stop it, Mama. Stop.
Good morning, it's Alyssa Toombs, and we're here discussing the different opinions on corporal punishment. Before we go live in the field with Shamar and Brendan, let's talk about what corporal punishment actually is. Now, corporal punishment is like spanking or pinching a child or a person after they misbehaved or done something they shouldn't have. Many parents use some sort of corporal punishment. Researchers have started studying children who have been exposed to corporal punishment, and from those studies it is shown that there are stereotypes from those who use or perform corporal punishment. For example, more males experience corporal punishment at the ages 10 to 16, and their parents have an average income. Now, let's talk to some parents in the field and see what they think about corporal punishment.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Nima. How you doing today?
Hey, Brendan. How are you?
Good, and you? Me and my partner here are along with Channel 12 News. We'd like to ask you a couple questions, if that's all right with you.
Sure.
The questions have to do with corporal punishment.
Okay.
So we would like to know what's your views on that. Do you know what corporal punishment is?
I do.
It is.
Corporal punishment has to do with punishment that involves physical touch. Yeah.
That's a perfect explanation. Corporal punishment is the use of spanking, grabbing, or any aggressive touch towards a child as a physical abuse. Would you use it on your children in the future?
No, I don't. In the future, I don't have children now, but in the future, I do not believe I will use corporal punishment.
Why?
I guess personally, I did not grow up in that atmosphere, and so it's just not the way that what I know to work and not work. And myself and my siblings all were good, respectful children, and that did not involve the use of any kind of physical touch to punish us.
Very good, very good. Do you think countries should ban corporal punishment, or do you think it's to be allowed as a free-willing thing?
It's a good question. I've never really been too extreme about anything, so I don't think, no, it should be banned. I do think that there should be guidelines, although that's hard. That creates a lot of gray area, so I'm glad I'm not like a lawmaker because I don't know how I would define it. I don't necessarily think it needs to be banned, but I do definitely think there needs to be like classifications or levels or parameters for it, because I could possibly empathize with another parent and see how it could be beneficial. Yeah.
Do you think that corporal punishment messes up the mental health of the child or anyone of that aspect?
I do, but that also goes back to the levels of punishment. I know that corporal punishment can just be everything from spanking to, and some people take it out of context or it's beyond spanking. So when it is intended to hurt the child, or it's used all of the time with no positive reinforcement or no kind words, I do believe it can cause a lot of harm mentally for a young person. Yeah, because I've seen students who literally only get physical harm done to them and not physical touch that is positive, or positive words of encouragement and all that stuff. So if all they are receiving is negative, especially in the negative sense of physical touch, I do know that it can absolutely affect them mentally.
Thank you so much for
You're welcome.
your time. Have a good one.
Pleasure.
My name is Ashna Antoine, and I'll be one of your anchors for today. While corporal punishment may be effective to some parents, these studies have shown that the use of corporal punishment may cause psychological distress or depression. Many parents have used a type of corporal punishment on young children. However, this might cause them to grow up with violent tendencies or mental issues. There are many different ways to discipline a child. Will corporal punishment be your choice?
For you. Now, many countries such as Bulgaria, Germany, Lithuania, the Netherlands, Romania, and Turkey have all actually passed laws prohibiting the use of corporal punishment within their country. These countries decided this based off a study that they all participated in 2010. The study was called the SCMHE study, and it was based on to evaluate the mental health of school children. At first, they contacted the parent to get consent and started off with phone calls to make the child feel comfortable. Now, with both consents, then they started the questionnaire process. They conducted their study using a questionnaire for parents and a questionnaire that involved an interactive character that looks just like the child. Now, from this study, we learned that corporal punishment is in fact a negative form of discipline, and countries with legal ramifications end up having a better mental health society. Here's some more information on this topic.
Throughout the study, many parents answered the questionnaire and stated that they use corporal punishment when their child misbehaves. The questionnaire included questions on the frequency they use corporal punishment in their relationship with their child. For example, many stated that they use spanking, slapping, grabbing, or hitting their child to have them stop misbehaving. Parents who reported on using corporal punishment are younger, less educated, and have a management job. Although parents aren't the only ones questioned, now let's go talk to Shamar and Brendan about the children's results.
Instead of a simple questionnaire, they questioned each child and asked them to follow a cartoon character representing themselves to determine what external and internal characteristics that apply to that child. Externalized problems such as defiant or disorder were significantly higher in children who have experienced corporal punishment. Also, internalized problems such as anxiety or phobias were also higher with the use of corporal punishment. Now let's get back in the field, see if people really believe that there are negative outcomes within the use of corporal punishment.
How you doing today, Ms. Law?
I'm well, thank you.
Me and my partner here from Channel 12 News, and we would like to ask you a couple questions about corporal punishment.
Okay.
Would that be all right with you?
That's
Okay, first off, do you know what corporal punishment is?
like disciplining your children?
Yes.
Okay.
Corporal punishment is the application of physical pain or such thing as spanking, slapping, or grabbing, or some type of physical attribute to a child. Do you think that you would use it on your child in the future?
Personally, I probably won't have the stomach, but I would like for my husband to, and he does have the stomach for it, so yes.
Why do you think that you should use it with your child in the future?
Well, I think that it does help with keeping discipline, like we said. I've noticed when those trends of it being not, when
Not
it became, like not so used, that there has been a spike in discipline issues outside of just the home as well, and respect issues and things like that. So I do think it can be correlated.
Thank you. Do you think that corporal punishment affects the mental health of a child?
There is a difference between abuse and corporal punishment. So corporal punishment, no. So in that aspect, no.
Do you think the country should ban corporal punishment as an altogether aspect, or should they just leave it how it is?
I think they should just leave it how it is, because myself, as well as my husband, as well as my siblings, were all corporally punished, and we turned out decently.
Appreciate your time today. Have a swell one.
Thank you.
Now, throughout this special broadcast, about the effects of children and when parents use corporal punishment as a way to discipline or correct their child's behavior. The information we've provided you today in this broadcast has given both pros and cons, and now it's up to you as a parent or a future parent to decide whether or not you think you'll be using it. Our community even chimed in and said what they thought about it. We hope that this broadcast brought you some type of educational factor to you as a parent or a future parent. Have a good day.